from the English Language Teaching Management Department in ELTC, the moderator for today's session. With us today we have Dr. Kalminderjit Kaur, the Deputy Director of English Language Teaching Centre, Ministry of Education. Good morning, Dr. Mindy.
Good morning.
Welcome to the webinar.
Thank you, Dr. Chitra.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to speak on tawaran one-off secara percuma untuk mengenal pasti tahap kesediaan CEFR Readiness Pegawai Perkhidmatan Pendidikan Option Bahasa Inggeris Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia berdasarkan Common European Framework of Reference for Languages CEFR. For the viewers' information, there are about 49,000 Pegawai Perkhidmatan Pendidikan Option Bahasa Inggeris in schools and more in PPD, JPN, IPGK, ELTC, matriculation colleges and the divisions. So, Dr. Mindy, can you please explain what this phrase means? Mengenal pasti tahap kesediaan or CFR readiness.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Chitra. And first and foremost, let me wish a very good morning to all the audience out there. Well, CEFR readiness, a very interesting topic. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the Malaysia Education Blueprint 2013-2025 and the English Language Roadmap 2015-2025 have clearly stated that all English option teachers are required to achieve a minimum of CEFR C1 for their proficiency levels. Since 2012, English option teachers have been taking a number of proficiency tests such as the CPT, the APTIS, the MUET, and many more in order to identify their proficiency levels. However, ladies and gentlemen, there are still teachers who have not achieved the required minimum level of CEFR C1 proficiency. Let me share some statistics with you. To date, we have 14,000 teachers who are at C2 or C1. We have 9,000 teachers who have taken the test but have not yet achieved the required level of CEFR C1 proficiency. Then there are 26,000 teachers who do not know or who had not yet identified their proficiency levels. The MOE in this regard is offering a one-off free test, which is the MUET, for all English option teachers as well as officers in order to help them identify their levels of proficiency and also to achieve the minimum level of CEFR C1. And in this regard also, two official letters have been sent down, one to the teachers through the state education departments and one to all the English language officers in the JPN, in the PPD, as well as the MO divisions to inform them of this special offer. At the same time, a set of FAQ have also been distributed for all teachers and officers to know about the CEFR readiness exercise.
So, Dr. Mindy, can we please repeat on who should take the test?
Okay, let me make this very clear to everyone. All English option teachers and administrators in schools should take the test. All English option officers in district, state education departments as well as MOE divisions should take the test. So you can see this on the screen. You will see that there are two groups of people. The first group of officers are those who are required to achieve a minimum level of CEFR C1. The second group are those officers who are required to achieve a level of CEFR C2. Now, it is important to note that this offer only applies to teachers and officers in the MOE or then those teachers and officers from the MOE who are seconded to other divisions or other departments outside the MOE.
Okay. Do all the officers in the in JPN, PPD and the divisions, do all of them have to take and achieve a C1 or C2?
Okay, those who are at a C1, This will include teachers, this will include officers who are at JPN and PPD. It will include SIP partners, and those at C2 will include lecturers, teaching or educating teachers at the teacher training divisions as well as the universities. And it will include SISC plus officers, and also those who are
directly involved
in all kinds of English language duties or responsibilities as their core jobs.
So I understand that those who are directly involved in English in their specific job specifications, they have to be at C2 levels in the divisions.
Yes, that means if you put it in a simpler manner, all those whose tugas hakiki involves them to perform using the English language directly. Now these officers need to be at a C2.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are very clear that the English language officers in JPN, PPD divisions who are directly involved in English have to be at C2 level.
Yes.
But those who are not directly involved but they are English option officers, they have to be at C1 level.
True.
Next question, Dr. Mindy. When will the test be held?
Okay. Now the test is conducted by the Majlis Peperiksaan Malaysia. Registration is now open and closes on 15 December 2019. So I repeat once again, registration closes 15 December 2019. So for those of you who have not registered, please do so very quickly and do not miss this free offer that is being extended by the MOE, and do take the proficiency test. The test will be held in 2 sessions. All right, the first session is in February and the second session is in July. Now the dates for the February session are as follows. 22nd of February 2020, this will be the written component. The speaking component will be held from the 26th of February to the 2nd of March. The second session in July, the speaking component will be held from 13th to the 16th of July 2020. The written component will be held on the 18th of July 2020. These are the dates.
Dr. Mindy, can the teachers and officers choose either sessions?
Yes, the teachers and the officers can choose to join any session that they prefer. But once you have selected a session, and if you wish to change the session later, then there will be a payment.
What about the venue change? Will there be a payment too?
Yes, if you change the venue, then you'll have to make the payment as well. So once you have decided and registered, try not to change the venue, try not to change the date, stick to the date and do take the test.
Okay. If they have to change the venue or the session, who do they contact?
Okay, if you have to change the venue or if you have to change the date of your test, please contact ELTC or then directly MPM.
And Dr. Mindy, who need not take the test? I'm sure there's a group which need not take the test.
Okay, all right. Now first, all English option education officers who have already achieved a level of C1 or C2 on the CEFR do not have to take the test. This is according to their groups. Teachers C1, lecturers and officers who are directly dealing with English C2. So if you have achieved, you do not have to take the test. Now those who have taken the CPT, you have taken the APTIST, the IELTS, CEPT, TOEFL or MUET in 2012 and you have achieved a level of C1 or C2 according to your groups, you don't need to take the test.
Right.
Now the third group are those who will retire within 2 years from 1st January 2020. So if you have 2 years to retire from 1st January 2020, you do not need to take the test.
And Dr. Mindy, as we know, IELTS has got a validity period of 2 years.
Okay.
So are we taking that into consideration here?
Okay, at this point in time, we are putting aside the validity period as long as you have had, as long as you have achieved a C2 or a C1 according to your group, we take that as your proficiency level. So we are not looking at the issue of validity at this point in time.
I'm sure there is a yet added to your sentence.
There is a yet added, however, because we want to encourage all teachers to come on board and to be able to identify your levels of proficiency. So we are saying right now that since 2012, if you have documentation, evidence saying that you have achieved a C2, we take that as your proficiency score.
Dr. Midi, why do we need to know the CFR levels of these teachers?
Okay, another very interesting and I think a very significant question. Now, it is important for the Ministry of Education to know where teachers are in terms of their proficiency levels. This is important so we can decide the type of training that can be extended to teachers in order to upskill and to enhance their proficiency levels. It will also enable us to decide if we are to call in agencies from the external peripherals of MOE, meaning other agencies who can come on board and also provide teachers with the right level and the right degree of upskilling. So our teachers are able to achieve the aspirations of the MOE come 2025, that we all have teachers who are highly qualified in terms of their proficiency levels.
That's a very good idea, Dr. Mindi.
Thank you.
Okay. As we know, we have non-option teachers teaching English in our schools.
Exactly.
So, do these non-option teachers sit for the CFR readiness?
Okay. For all the non-option English teachers who are teaching, and they are teaching dominantly many lessons of the English language, these teachers are encouraged to take the test in order to know their proficiency level.
Okay. And how does a teacher apply for the test?
Okay, in order to apply for the test, teachers and officers can register through the MPM portal. You will be given a link which is the apps.mpm.edu.my/CEFR/PUBLIC/REGISTER.
Okay. What is so special about this CFR readiness test, Dr. Mindi?
Oh, all right. Another very interesting question. What is very interesting about this CEFR readiness exercise is that English language teachers and officers who sit for the test in February or then in July, and if they do not achieve level of C1 for any one of the skills, they are able to take the skill again. So they're able to repeat a component. Let's say you have listening, speaking, reading and writing. So if you get C1 as a teacher, you get C1 for 3 of the skills, but in your writing you got a B2. So you are able to repeat this component. If you have set for the test in February, you repeat the component on a date given by MPM. If you are set for the test in July, then you get to repeat the component on another date given by the MPM. However, teachers can take a maximum of only 3 skills when they are repeating. So the individual components, up to 3 components can be taken. Beyond the 3 components, you got to take the whole test. Now there will be payment that the teachers will have to make, as well as the officers who are taking individual components. If you repeat one component, you pay 50 ringgit. If you are taking 2 components, then you have to pay RM 75, and if you are taking 3 components, you have to pay 100 ringgit. So this payment is only for those who wish to repeat individual components. Now, anyone who does not register between now and December 15, they are not entitled for this exercise of repetition by skills.
Yeah, that is the question from the public that we have.
Okay.
Can teachers who have not registered for CFR readiness, that means they do not take the CFR readiness, can they go for these components later?
Okay. At the moment, only those who register for this CEFR readiness exercise are allowed to take the test by components.
In that case, that means the teachers have to take the whole test first.
Yes.
They have to take CFR readiness, Then after the results are released,
Yes.
they find out which component they lack in and they take the test.
Exactly. So you have to sit for the test first, either in February or that in July.
Okay. And they also have to keep referring to the MPM website to know the dates of the test.
The repetitions.
The sort of repetitions.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
There's also another question. How is ELTC going to help officers and teachers to prepare for CFR readiness?
Okay, as I think many teachers already know by now, ELTC offers proficiency courses. We have face-to-face courses, and we have had a lot of teachers coming on board. Since 2012, ELTC has trained more than 18,000 teachers for the proficiency test. So how can ELTC help? ELTC provides training. ELTC prepares teachers to be ready to sit for the test on the given dates, and training is given face-to-face, training is given online, and we have also uploaded lots of materials online for teachers to try during their free time.
Right. And we have, who do we contact? I mean, who will the teachers and the officers contact for queries, if there are?
So if teachers and officers want to contact, you can contact officers in ELTC. Dr. Chitra, yourself, you are one of the officers. You can contact Ponsarina, and we also have hotlines. These are the hotlines: 067979 or 067979 So you can call these lines and you can ask any questions that you would like in order to clarify any doubts or any questions that you have regarding the CFR readiness.
We have another question, Dr. Mindy. What are the special benefits of having the CFR C1 level for the teachers? Minimum C1 level for the teachers.
Benefits of having the CFR C1. One is when you apply to become an SISE plus, or when you want to apply to become an examiner, you are required to have these levels of CFR C1.
Will it help those teachers who want to apply for scholarships?
Yes, it will also help, because if you are going to ask for a scholarship to become an English language teacher, whether at a master's level, if you are a non-graduate to a degree level, or if you are applying for a PhD level, and if you are applying in the field of English language, then CFR C1 becomes a requirement.
Dr. Midi, can we repeat some of the tests that KPM recognizes for them to take to know their proficiency level, please?
Okay. So currently, the Ministry of Education recognizes the APTIST. This is offered by the British Council. Should anybody want to take this test, you can contact the British Council and ask for a date to sit for this test. We recognize the MUED, which is a homegrown test by the MPM, and it is also aligned to the CEFR framework. You can take the IELTS, you can take the CEPT. There is also the TOEFL, TOEFL. However, you need to, when you are sitting for any one of these tests, find out from the providers whether these are tests for C1 or are they tests for C2. Because some of these tests are set at a C2 level. For instance, TOEFL, it is set to a C1 level. So any person taking a TOEFL, maximum you will get a C1 level. If you are a lecturer and you are taking TOEFL, then it is difficult, because for lecturers, the level that you need to achieve is a C2.
Okay, Dr. Mindy, one last question before we sign off.
Okay.
Will this CFR readiness offer be repeated?
Okay, another very interesting question. Now, this is a one-off offer. So, this is the only time that you're going to get this offer, and it is free, where the MPM as well as the Ministry of Education is ready to fund the teachers. And this is a step to encouraging teachers to identify your proficiency levels. So it is a one-off offer, and it may not be repeated again. So please take this opportunity and please register.
So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to repeat what Dr. Mindy said. Please sign up for CFR readiness. And if you have any problems or any issues regarding registration, please send your emails, or you can call the numbers that we have shown you just now. And this offer is only one-off. It may not be repeated. So please sign up for this so that we can provide, ELTC or KPM can provide appropriate training for you based on your proficiency levels. Thank you.